The triangulation method is a technique used by speedrunners in which the player throws an eye of ender at one location followed by another in order to precisely pinpoint the location of the stronghold. Alright, so today we're going to be learning about the triangulation technique, which I myself do not know how to do. Yes, you heard that right. I don't know how to do the triangulation technique. So I'm going to be learning with you. So let's split the video into 3 sections. Section number 1 being what we already know. Section number 2 being the F3 key and all the properties that you can see right now on my screen and which ones are we going to use. And section number 3 is the trigonometry and calculations behind the triangulation technique. So yeah, let's begin. Alright, so let's say that I'm here and I throw an ender eye over there. What did we attain? Well, we now know the direction of the stronghold. Assuming I threw another eye, now I should know the exact location of the stronghold, right? Well, that's not exactly how it works, because there are actually 2 problems. Problem number 1 being, whenever you throw an eye at a direction and then go to another location to throw another eye, you lose the direction of the first eye. The other problem is, whenever you throw an eye, there's a chance that it shatters, essentially wasting your ender eyes during your exploration to the stronghold. That's where the F3 key comes in. If you go ahead and open your F3 key, you're going to be seeing a lot of random numbers. Now, which one of those are we going to need? Well, we're going to be needing the facing towards these 2 numbers. These 2 numbers are actually degrees. The second one being up to down, and the left one being left to right. We're going to be using the first one. Alright, back to our graphic. So basically, what we're going to be needing for our formula is 1 side and 2 angles. Now the question is, how do we get them? Well, the first angle is the easiest out of them all. Whenever you throw your eye of ender, make sure to move 90 degrees to the second eye after that. Moving on to the first side, all you need to do is move 17.5 blocks from your first throw into your second throw, which is about 4 sprint jumps and a bit. And as for the final angle, you're going to have to note down the degree of the first row, then sprint jumping while facing about 90 degrees 4 times, and then throwing your second throw and noting that angle. And then you're gonna need to find the difference between those 2 angles. So for my case, I got 0.1 and 0.9, making the difference 0.8. Moving back to our right angle triangle, the 0.8 angle could only be in one location since the second eye throw angle is too big, so it's gotta be the angle at the stronghold. Now that we have everything we need, we can move on to section number 3, trigonometry. Trigonometry? Anyways, it's the one that you used to take in your high school sessions. Also, it was created by this Greek nerd called Hipparchus of Nicaea. Hopefully I didn't butcher his name. He basically states that the sine theta is equal opposite over hypotenuse. The theta being the difference of the 2 angles that we got, and the hypotenuse being the 17.5 blocks that we ran. So now that we have our sine and our hypotenuse, we need to find the opposite, which if you flip the formula, you can easily find. Now I know that this is a lot to intake, so we're just going to be going by examples, and I'm going to be trying to find some strongholds. Alright, let's start up a brand new world. Alright, first up, let's just grab our eyes of ender. After that, we can just go to any place and just throw our first eye. After that, mark the eye in the middle of it and then open F3. And we have got 66.3 on our first degree. You can just type it out so you don't forget later on. After that, face 90 degrees either to the right or the left. And then run 4.5 or 4 and a bit sprint jumps and throw your second eye. Do the exact same thing, mark it, and now you can just type out whatever you got. For me, I got 65.6, which makes it a difference of 0.7. Now we can go ahead and locate the stronghold. It says it's about 1489 blocks away, and according to this table, 0.7 is 1430 blocks away, so we're 50 blocks off, which is pretty cool. But there's a better way. If you download these 3 files right here, which I will link in the description down below. Now go ahead and open Ninjabrainbot and settings. Make sure your chunk is 4.4 and below it directly just make it detailed. And after that you can go to optional. You can then enable every single setting because we're gonna be using them all, and then just close out the tab and open Jingle. Once it opens, go ahead and go to hotkeys and then add and find eye measuring script. After clicking on it, just set the keybind to whatever you want. Personally, I set it to J, but it doesn't matter. Then press OK. You can now go to scripts and customize the resizing. Go to the eye measuring size and change it to your resolution, except the second one should be 3600. Then you can go ahead and tick the box and press OK. Now hop on back into the game. The final thing you need to do is to change your keybinds. Go to the multiplayer section, open commands, change it to K. Also, I forgot to mention, just make sure you apply your game version into the plugin. One last thing that you have to do is go to the Ninjabrainbot, go to advanced section and calibrate. Now you just enter a creative world in Minecraft and press F3C, which will give you an ender eye and teleport you into a random location. Now go ahead and throw the eye. After that, go to settings, make sure your FOV is at 30. Go to controls, mouse settings, sensitivity at on, and draw input, just make sure that it's off. After that, you can go ahead and press done. Go back to your eye. Now, a few things that I want to say is that F3 plus escape will pause the game, and the keybind that you bounded, which is J for me, will zoom in. Now make sure that you line it up just as shown on the screen. Now you're going to have to repeat this for 10 to 15 times until the STD is set near 0.01. Then you can go ahead and press done. Now that we know everything and have everything set up, you can just go into a random world, throw an ender eye, and then do the exact same thing. Lower your FOV, go to controls, mouse settings, sensitivity, just adjust it, and then use the keybind, which J is for me, and then you can just line it up and get your first coordinates. Now, since it's only a 25.8% chance, we can just go ahead and reboot the game and do that again in another direction. So let's just run to a random direction to the left. It is also indicated in the plugin itself. And redo the whole thing. Just throw, lower your FOV, go ahead to controls, adjust your mouse settings, and then once you line it up, press F3 plus C just to copy the coordinates into the plugin and go ahead to the plugin. Now that it says 100%, we can build another portal and go to these exact coordinates. Now that you have arrived, ideally you'd want to build the nether portal at Y35 in order to directly spawn at the stronghold. Now remember, this is my first time ever doing this, so I haven't managed to get it directly, but after using the locate stronghold command, I just found out that was 15 blocks below me. So yeah, I'll take that as a win. Now this was really cool to learn, and I hope you enjoyed this video because this was my second ever video. Also remember, F3 plus C is copy, F3 plus escape is pause, and these are the most important pictures from the video, the ender eye alignment and the trigonometry table. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment down below so I can know how to improve in the future. And goodbye.